this might be one of the most disrespectful moments of all time. Simply
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? How y'all doing today, man? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another great reaction video and such. And today we're coming in for a special trial today. This is here going to be the trial of Maki Zenin. You already know, man, JJK is now back for their season 3 and such. It's gone really crazy, so they really amped it up with a lot of the animation and stuff to it, though. And today we're going in for a CJ the Champ video, so about Maki Zenin. So this right here is going to be really, really good, man. Hope you guys enjoy. And before we get started with everything and such on, I want to make an announcement. So this week or so, you already know is Black History Month or so. So I wanted to dedicate this whole week or so of basically just posting a lot of videos such as want to just showcase just our Black history, such and just I guess just putting in for just different stuff, whatever, whether it's some hood shit, good shit, you know, whatever it is, maybe it's such like just showing some blackness to it. So we might go with it for some CJ Chan videos, such Rob So Petty videos, or just whichever one and such that just seems very interesting to me. But as always, I'm always open to suggestions. So if you guys want any videos that want me to react to next, man, put it down in the comment section down below. Let me know. And so, hey, without further ado, let's get down to the video.
hold y'all, I gotta get this off my chest real quick. Cause who was bro right here feeling like bro, look at him. He was holding up all power and doing all this extra shit just to get dropped in 0.5 seconds. Like, come on, bro. You are a background character. You ain't even got a name. Know your role. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another special emergency impromptu intro. Yeah, not gonna lie, these back-to-back videos that was not planned. But after what I've seen and witnessed again, I had to make another detail.
Exactly.
Good God, Maki Zenin, bro. Like, if you've already seen this episode of JJK, you knew this video was coming.
Yep.
This was generally one of the craziest things I've ever seen. We just wiped the whole bloodline off the map. So with that being said, it's trial time, baby.
Yep.
So y'all already know we got the evidence on deck, and we counted how many bodies got dropped at the end of this.
Woo!
Let's not waste no more time. Without further ado.
Yeah, Maki went on her little Kill Bill stuff on. Honestly, instead of the fit they should have had her on that yellow fit, bro. You already knew what time it was.
Exhibit Z, wiping the Zenin clan off the map. Now, since this is a trial, and we are reviewing a pretty massive crime, let's go ahead and get the main question out the way first. Was Maki blaming her entire clan justified? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm here to tell you right now, yes. 100% yes. All these sorry-ass fraudulent ass niggas had to go. Just straight up. These.
Yeah, because for those of you guys who have not been watching JJK such at all such, the Zenin clan is a very prejudiced, in some cases, or so clan than it is when it comes down to Gojo and the rest of the other major 3 clans that they have. And Maki, even though she's literally a dog and not something to be messed with or so, was very much bullied because of her lack of curse energy. Pretty much she was on some Rock Lee level stuff. But at the same time, she's been one of our like favorite characters. So in JJK, or at least a character that everybody really loves and cares about, such to it. So in my opinion, in terms of her going absolutely ham on everybody and such, I'm looking at like, did most of them need to be offed? Yes. In terms of every single body, I'm kind of like, yes and no. I'm kind of teetering off it because some people didn't really need to like get killed, but I mean, pretty much like you had to make a point. Like, you gonna wipe everybody out, good or bad, innocent or not. It is what it is.
Big 3 family, my ass. Like, bro, on some real shit, the Zenin clan might be one of the most toxic fictional families of all time.
Yep.
I mean, they are competing with the big dogs of dog shit families. Like, they running with the Mishimas, the Hanmas, the Targaryens, the royal family of the Fire Nation. Like, these fuckers were terrible. The only thing these greedy motherfuckers valued in life was status and power.
Yep.
Like, for example, if you had low curse energy or your curse technique didn't meet up to their standard, they treated you like garbage. They wouldn't even look at your ass. And oh Lord, don't even get me started on the worst. This motherfucker Naoya, bro, had to go. This nigga is basically what would happen if Fresh and Fit did the future dance. They turned into this motherfucker. I mean, the stuff he was saying about women, like, good God, bro was talking crazy. And last but not least, and one of the prime reasons they had to get packed up was because of her ugly ass, old ass, black eyed daddy. This man might be in the running for one of the worst dads in anime history. Like, him and her sorry-ass mama both had to go. I mean, this nigga really made a whole plan to slime out his own daughters. Oh, he literally hated Maki and Mai simply because he thought that his daughters were the reason he wasn't named head of the clan. I mean, the first thing Maki sees when she comes back home is her father standing over her sister's body after he beat the dog water out of her. Then he decides to cut his own daughter down in cold blood, and then he proceeds to drag both of his children's bodies through a dark hallway and throws both of them in a chamber full of corpses and leaves his own children in there for dead.
Crazy work.
These niggas had to go. Every last one of them. Because these motherfuckers were generally terrible people. So when Mai told Maki to destroy it all and sacrifices herself because her literal existence was nerfing Maki because of the whole identical twin thing in JJK. This was the last day on Earth for every last person in the Zenin compound that day. Because since Mai took all the curse energy with her when she passed, it left Maki with none. And with the heavenly restriction that she has, she basically got a game-breaking buff. It became a physical freak of nature, just like her deadbeat uncle. So the first victim of Maki's massacre was her bum-ass deadbeat dad.
Oh yeah, Daddy had to go first.
And he was so scared when he felt her aura, this nigga thought Toji came back from the dead like the Undertaker. Bro charged up his attack just for Maki to hit him with him.
I like it, coach.
Yep. God damn.
Dropped off her sorry ass pops. Next up on the chopping block were the Kukuru unit. This is the moment where Maki turned into the bride.
Exactly. Exactly.
Really had me thinking I was watching the anime adaptation of Kill Bill. Now, let's set the scene. After her pops got a fresh lineup, the whole compound ended up going on lockdown, and Maki ended up getting surrounded by the Kukuru unit. A bunch of nameless Zenin clan NPCs with no curse techniques that ranks were filled up with a bunch of bald niggas and motherfuckers with butts cause that had never had a 10 fade or a lineup ever in their life. Luckily for the Kukuru unit, they were surrounding the best barber in Jujutsu society. So a bunch of them end up running at her, but she swings once and gets a triple kill. Then after she drops the first four, she just casually starts to walk down these niggas. Look at this one kill. She cuts both of his arms off and sliced them down the middle. And while she was mid-air, she hits his sword and it was straight to this dude's neck.
God damn.
She wiped out the first wave of dudes. This one bald nigga. And I ain't gonna hold y'all, I gotta get this off my chest real quick. Cause who was bro right here feeling like? Bro, he was doing all this extra shit just to get dropped in 0.5 seconds. Like, come on, bro. You are a background character. You ain't even got a name. No, you're wrong, nigga. You are not that guy. How? So after this bald nigga lost all visual.
And I'll give this guy credit for the fact that, or pretty much say majority of them, that they sit here still locked in, still trying to attack her after she swiftly cut down every single last one of them and said that came and attacked her. I'm sorry. If I was any of them niggas in the back, I would have been like, gone, dipped out. I would have survived. I don't care how Carolee will be. I'm looking like, nigga, not one of y'all landed not one hit since y'all been trying to battle her, son. She's about to kill everybody in this damn room. What are we doing? Bye. Like, So that. Ooh. Nope. Exactly. Exactly.
We get to one of her most brutal. She drops down like she's about to do a hell sweep. But she kicks this dude in the gut. And this kick was so hard, it literally made this dude's head explode. Yeah, not gonna lie, if I'm one of these dudes and I just saw one of my homies go out like that, I'm gonna be real, I'm hopping on.
Exactly! Thank you!
Because I'm not about to lose.
Hell no! Hell no!
So after she just exploded bro's cranium, these two come in and swing, but they are instantly decapitated. Then this one tries to attack her, but she hits the limbo and gives this nigga one of the nastiest side eyes.
Yep, like, yeah.
And while bro was just left in disbelief, he had no time to think about his next move. Cause he ended up getting split in two. Then she ends up jumping up top. And look at this brother right here. You could tell just by the look in his eyes that he didn't already do this thing.
Yep.
He's regretting his entire life right now. Bro is probably in his head cursing his parents for birthing him in this family. And finally puts that one guy out of his misery. Then she ends up pulling off one of the sauciest sequences in anime history. She jumps down and starts sliding on the floor and moves like 10 niggas.
Yup.
She was still sliding.
Yup.
Dude tries to hit her, but she ends up hitting the limbo again and ends up tripping.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
That lets you know you trash. If your opponent, if this person that's killing your whole family is over here sliding like off of a soccer game or whatever, like he just showed, sliding, slicing niggas up while still sliding. You sit here, instead of you going lower with the strike, you going in like she walking. Like she on her feet running or something. Nigga, what? I would have looked at you like... like the look on my face while I'm still sliding. And I'm just like, nigga, this is like limbo. Lower, nigga. Like that was the dumbest thing I saw. I bust out laughing when I saw that shit. I was like, this nigga trash. I said, yeah, go ahead, Maki style on the ass.
Into a bicycle kick and snapped his ankles. Then the last guy in the sequence got done the dirtiest out of everyone. She slid on the blood while standing upright and pulled up in front of this dude's face. And she stared into his soul and hit him with a...
Having to blame mom.
Not gonna lie, this might be one of the most disrespectful moments of all time. Simply because of how nonchalant she was while doing this. She really slid on the blood.
Like, no, I'm saying, she skated to your ass, nigga, like, what's up? Like, god damn.
Like, that's just flat out ridiculous. So she
I would have cried.
just like Anakin did.
Like, I don't even know if the nigga died or not. I don't know if the nigga died or not. But it didn't even matter. I would have cried. Because I was looking like, Maki just smooth criminal to me and then just 1 inch punch my ass. Nigga, nah. Straight up, I would have cried, seppuku myself, something. That shit was just too smooth. It was just too bad. Like, and when I mean bad, I mean like in terms of like, bro, that's just so horrible that it's like, boy, don't even show your face ever again, cause that was sad as hell.
Hands clean off and disarms him. And while this dude was screaming in pain, his sword that ended up flying landed on top of this dude's
Damn.
expecting it. Poor guy died because of collateral damage.
Yeah.
Maki continued to cut down the last wave of Zenin and PCs. She decides to finish him off with a Devil May Cry combo. She starts to swing and chop up every nut in the room. So when she finally stands upright, everybody else in the room and with that, Maki just casually dropped off the entire Cougar unit that consisted over 100 plus niggas. She dropped off over 100 people in that room in about 2 minutes. That's just pure wicked work right there. So after the Kukuru unit was wiped out, we move on to our next set of victims, who were known as the Hei. Now the Hei consisted of the strongest sorcerers in the Zenin clan. All these dudes were semi-grade 1 sorcerers or higher. So on paper, these niggas should not be bums. But Maki didn't give a damn who they were, cause she was here to expose these bums for the frauds that they. So the first thing that she does is instantly speed blitz Nobuaki, the captain of the Kukuru unit. And she wasted little to no time on his sorry ass. Ray tried to lunge in to attack Maki, but she closed the distance in like 2 seconds and cut his sword into pieces. Then she ripped his throat out, and the front piece of his sword that ended up getting broken off flew back and hit him in the back of the head.
How?
This has to be her most brutal kill. This was just flat out disgusting. She really just grabbed him by the neck and ripped out his trachea. And while dude was bleeding out and gasping for air, his own sword hits the reverse and throws him in the head. Like, good God, that is just pure brutality. So next up was the old man with the mohawk. And just look at him in this frame. You know damn well his old ass didn't know what the hell was going on. Unk had no business being here. for a good 2 seconds, and you see his death from his POV. Maki ripped his eyes out and crushed them in front of him. She brutally murdered a senior citizen who probably had Alzheimer's disease. So after she took out the first two, she ends up getting hit by this gravity magic attack by this rat tail looking motherfucker. And he was trying to hold her down for this poor farmer Junichi to not do shit. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'ma be 100% real with y'all. This Junichi nigga had my ass fooled, I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be one of them ones. I mean, look at the nigga. He looked the part. He looking like Uber from Hunter x Hunter. He was Toji's brother, for Christ's sakes.
Now, hold on a minute. That's true, but he also does look like the freaking like the villain nigga from the Naruto Shippuden movie and such. I forgot what the nigga name is or whatever and such though. But I'm gonna put it up. I'm pretty sure I pulled it up or so. Like what the dude looks like. And so he looks like that guy, just a little less buff, but he's still buff. But yeah, you would think that this dude would have been more of a challenge, especially with how much of an ore farmer he was. And then like CJ said, he's the brother of Toji, so you would think this nigga would be nasty, but.
Like that! But no, my disappointment was immeasurable. He hits Maki with the same move Deku hit over Hulk.
Exactly.
Just a massive barrage of punches that ended up manifesting into a bunch of giant fists. And it looks like this attack should have done something. Hell, the explosion the attack gave off looked like a nuke just got set off. But when the dust clears, the first person that you see is Ronta. And his little rat-tailed ass was bleeding out because he was trying to hold down Maki so Junichi could kill her. And he thinks that he is dying at peace, thinking that his boy Junichi just finished the job. So when he finally dies, you see Maki walk out of the smoke. And when she walks past him, she is carrying Junichi's head. This kid Ronta died living a false reality.
Yep.
His sacrifice meant nothing.
None.
He died just for Junichi's sorry ass to not do shit. And every bit of aura bro had.
Yep.
So after the fraudulent four got
that was disappointing as hell.
Was none other than the leader of the Zenin clan's most elite squad of bums, the misogynistic tickle monster himself, Naoya. And this wide-mouthed, lockjawed, crooked-tooth-looking motherfucker probably gave Maki the best spa day she's ever had in her life. I mean, look at this 5-star customer service. He is massaging every muscle on her body at 24 frames per second. That shit.
And it's the thing too that I find so disappointing about this fool. He's looking like, oh, I'm the fastest man alive with no hands. I'm the fastest alive with no weight behind my punches, bro. Like, again, we all know about the Flash, but here's the thing. Apparently, he got the Flash's speed, but don't got the weight behind his punches. It don't matter how fast this nigga going. His punches don't amount to shit. It really don't. It's like, no matter what opponent he faces against, even if it wasn't somebody who had very durable, like, durability, strength or whatever and such, his punches are not that hard to miss. It's more like you getting hit with a pillow, pretty much. It's annoying, but it don't do no damage. Not really. Not some people just be looking like, all right, give me a minute, blah blah, and I'm back in action. Like, that's pretty much what it is. It's like basically a tot's hitting you. Like, that's all you really getting, but ain't nothing to really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how weak this nigga is. Like, boy, you should use that speed to run away than you fighting.
Amazing. Then he got into his chiropractic bag. Niggas started throwing them out and shit, making sure her bones and joints were loose from all that tension. Because he knew her back had to hurt from carrying this episode so damn hard. So after about a good 12 seconds when the massage was finally over, we get to the demise of Naoya. And one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen. Maki ends up squatting down into the stance of a sumo wrestler, and she just stands here and waits patiently to swat this nigga like the fly that he was. So while Naoya was running to use his finishing move, Maki basically figured out how his technique works and downloaded his movements and read him like a book. She turns around and stares into this nigga's soul. Fist cocked back and loaded, and you can see it in Naoya's face. Bro is looking like the two dudes from the last video that were in these.
Exactly!
And he was probably thinking the same thing they
You really about to rock my shit.
Maki just hit this nigga with the Luffy one punch special. That's pretty much what the fuck she did. Like, that was a whole reference to One Piece, my nigga. That was a Luffy one punch special with Bellamy, man. That's how bad that shit was. That's how disrespectful that shit was. I lost my shit when I saw that, bro. I said, no, Maki hit him with the one punch. Maki hit him with the One Piece special. That's crazy. Oh.
Fatality. And with his face caved in skull shattered. The strongest misogynist in history was cooked. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the final on-screen victim of the Zenin clan massacre. And it was none other than her sorry-ass mama. And the way she killed her was actually very unsettling. She was basically walking around and playing hide-and-seek with her while calling out, "Mother," in a tone that felt like she was just trying to talk with the intentions of killing her. She was moving like an actual serial killer. So when she finally found her, you can just see the terror on her face. Because her own daughter that she treated like garbage was about to take her life. And Maki didn't even hesitate to do it. She slit her throat and that was that. Okay. Now let me give her sorry ass mama a little credit. She did make sure to send Naoya's two-faced Harvey didn't looking ass back to the lobby with the rest of the family. But with that though, every single member of the Zenin clan that was at the compound that day were dead.
Which actually, now that I think about it, that part to me was kind of like, I'm glad that she did that, but at the same time I was kind of looking at it like, why? I kind of did look at it like, why? If anybody knows the reason why Maki's mama killed such at that time or so, put it down in the comment section down below, because I was still kind of scrambling at that point, because I know he probably was still talking crazy so at that moment, but it was kind of like, why? Like, why? And then again, given how far he went to get to the building and such, boy, it's like you went there to die, honestly. You should have just took that chance to run and you lived to fight for another day kind of deal.
Was the last on-screen victim of the massacre. Now I say last on-screen because, guess what? Job's not finished. Because when Mai said destroy it all, she really meant destroy it all. Because after she massacred everybody at the compound that day, she went off and boomed every other Zenin clan member that wasn't there that day. She took every last one of these niggas off the map. You wasn't even safe if you wasn't even at the compound that day. She still found those niggas and killed them. And she completely eradicated the entire bloodline to the point where they ended up getting kicked out of the big three families and their entire family legacy was ruined. Now, last thing to complete this entire exhibit. Let's estimate how many people she actually killed. Now, with the resources we got, we can make a pretty good estimate. So, let's look at this family photo right here. Every person in this photo besides Naobito got killed by Maki. And that would be a total of 112. And adding her sorry-ass mama, that's 113. Now let's look at everybody that was not at the compound. She killed the other 6 members of the Hay that weren't there that day, 9 members of the Akashi, and 21 other members of the Kukuru unit. So if we add in those other bodies, she dropped off 149 of these niggas.
Damn.
Now this is not a confirmed number, this is just my estimate. But, not gonna lie, that is one wicked kill-death ratio. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a easy pass. Light work, no reaction. She really...
I'm sorry, but that moment there, I was looking like, she's only missing 2 more Pokemon, and such she would have the whole 150. Look at that! I'm sorry. The number when she saw it pissed me off a little bit, because I was looking like, damn, you should have just done 2 more. You would have 150. And like the theme song was running in my brain. Is it 150? I know what to see. I'm sorry. That's the part that just like pissed me off for some reason. I'm just like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, that's still crazy ass numbers though. That's still crazy ass numbers, man.
How fraudulent the Zenin clan actually was. Like, it's actually hilarious This clan prides itself off of curse techniques and curse energy. And the fact that all these grown-ass men got wiped off the map by a 16-year-old girl that didn't have a drop of that shit is hilarious. Their legacy is cooked. And you know, all this could have been avoided if they just listened to Naruto's will. But hey, they can all have that conversation now that while they burning in hell. Also for the crime, not guilty. Them niggas had to go. Free Maki, nigga. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and until next time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, y'all, that's right there. My state of the video. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for brand new. And like I said before, we're going to be continuing also with putting in a lot more, particular like maybe hood videos, or some black videos, such one. Regardless, like I said, I'm always open to suggestions and such when you guys see the video. Like I said, comment down exactly, what other videos y'all want me to react to next. And so, like I said, I got this whole week. I'm going to try to post like at least maybe 1 or 2 videos or so, like every day with all through this week or whatever. So yeah, stay tuned for some more content. All right, y'all. See you guys out on my next video, y'all. Gang, gang.